The K100 is a 9x19mm semi-automatic pistol designed and built by Grand Power S.r.o. in Slovenská Ľupča, Slovakia, located approximately 11 km east of Banská Bystrica, Slovakia, which is the region's major city. Development. The K100 was developed by Jaroslav Kuračina, a former weapons officer in the Slovak army. Kuračina sketched drawings of the K100 as early as 1992, but manufacturing activities were highly restricted during the early post-communist era. Kuračina would be forced to wait until 1996 to continue development of his design. In 2007, Grand Power announced a deal to produce 100,000 units for the U.S. market in partnership with Texas-based handgun manufacturer STI International Inc. The first pistols were exported in 2008. They were K100 Mk6 pistols under the commercial name GP6. Design details. The K100 uses a rear locking system, similar in some ways to the Beretta Cougar, PX4 Storm, and Brugger and Thomas MP9, which employs a rotating barrel lock, which in the K100's case is cammed by a cross pin. When the pistol is fired, the barrel and slide move backward together for about 3/8 of an inch, while the barrel is cammed clockwise. With respect to the shooter, by a flat, twisting, helical cut in the barrel extension. Once the barrel and slide have moved back to the point where the barrel has twisted about 45 degrees, the slide is free to continue traveling back while the barrel's travel is arrested by its interface to the frame via the barrel extension's square shoulders. On the K100, the Beretta's barrel extension cam cut and transfer block's cam tooth are replaced by a curled, twisting cut in the barrel extension and a round frame embedded crosspin respectively. As such, there is no transfer block, locking block, pushee, and the barrel extension directly interfaces with the frame via the replaceable crosspin. The design allows a low bore axis relative to the shooter's hand and avoids the use of the transfer locking block typically found in rotating barrel pistols. Both of the Berettas and the K100 have the archetypal square-shouldered lock protruding from the otherwise round barrel, easily visible at the ejection port with the slide fully forward. This square shoulder is rotated in behind a solid column of steel running the length of the slide, forward of the ejection port, and on the left side out of view. When the slide and barrel are fully forward in battery, this locks the slide forward in battery. Given that the MP9 uses the same basic locking mechanism and has a cyclical rate of fire of 900 rounds per minute, the rotating barrel lock has shown itself to be capable of very fast lock times. The thick-walled barrel and other metal parts are treated by Tenefer QPQ technology. This hardens the metal components and increases resistance to corrosion. The standard K100 has a barrel length of 108 mm, 4.3 in, and operates in both single and double action mode. The hammer must be manually decocked for carry and double action mode with a chambered round. The safety can be applied with the hammer cocked, but cannot be applied with the hammer in the forward position. The safety does not lock the slide. A decocking hammer group is available as an option on many models. The ergonomically shaped polymer grip frame houses a steel receiver which provides the rails the slide travels on as well as hardpoints required for the trigger mechanism. The slide spring guide, safety, trigger, and trigger guard are polymer. The pistol's toothy surface and grooved grips provide good grip even with wet hands. The K100 also features ambidextrous controls, supporting both left and right-handed users. When field stripping models made prior to 2012, the forward part of the trigger guard unlatches from the grip frame and is flexed downward out of the frame. with the forward part of the trigger guard flexed downward. The slide moves farther to the rear than normal and can be pulled to the extreme rear and then lifted up and off the frame. The field strip is roughly similar to the Walter PPK's field strip, except that the trigger guard is not hinged on the K100. Instead, its polymer construction allows it to flex downward. Current production ground power pistols use a solid trigger guard and a new takedown lever. They also have 4-user interchangeable grip back straps to accommodate various hand shapes and sizes. This feature permits most shooters a comfortable and efficient grip on the firearm. Additional models: K22S, K22X trim, 22LR versions of the K100. The K22S has fixed sights, and the K22X trim has adjustable sights. Both are manufactured on the same steel chassis and grip of the centerfire models, and have steel not zinc alloy slides. They are standalone firearms, and not conversion kits, using a direct blowback system rather than the rotary lockup. The rimfire barrels are dovetailed and pinned into the steel chassis. P1 93mm barrel and matching slide using the same frame. P1S 93mm barrel and matching slide using the subcompact P11 frame, grip. P1 Ultra, scalloped slide and exposed 93mm barrel using the same frame. 40 grams lighter than the P1. P11 85mm barrel and matching slide with subcompact frame, grip and 12-round magazine. P9M 93mm barrel chambered in 9mm Makarov and matching slide using the same frame. X trim, a sporting version of the K100 with a scalloped slide and tighter fit. Target, an adjustable sight version of the K100 featuring a micrometric adjustable rear and fiber optic front sight. Excalibur, for 2012. A new model with a longer fluted bull barrel and scalloped slide was introduced. Felt recoil and front sight lift is noticeably reduced. P40, P45 for 2013. A new larger grip frame size to fit the 45 ACP cartridge was introduced. The P40 is chambered in 40 S&W and 357 SIG. The P45 is chambered in 45 ACP, using the same rotary locking barrel system, and the same 108mm barrel length. The larger caliber guns use many of the same proven components of the 9mm models. P40L, P45L, for 2014. A 127mm, 5-inch barrel and corresponding slide model was added to the larger caliber lineup. Q100, a striker-fired version of the K100 intended primarily for armed forces and self-defense. The Q100 has a 108mm barrel and the same modular grip as the K100. The initial version will be a 9x19. Ground Power homepage. Instruction manual. Modern firearms. Review of the STIGP6 K100 from American Rifleman.